What's up guys? So I just wanted to throw this video together really quick. I've had a lot of people like message me and even comments and stuff like that on my posts about my experience and the reliability of my 2024 S1000RR. So I'm just gonna give you guys an honest and quick like rundown of what it's been like. So yeah. All right, so hopefully you guys can hear me decently well. This is my 2024 BMW S1000RR. As you can see, it is the M package. I'm just gonna run through this really quick and just let you guys know like what my experience has been like and kind of give you like an overlook of the bike as well as it sits currently. I haven't done too many modifications to it, but I would say I've arguably got the most important ones out of the way. So as you guys can see right here, I have the Akrapovic mid-length full titanium system. Look at all that bling. Absolutely gorgeous. I love how this looks. And then I also have, so speaking of the Brent tuning, I have the mirror block off plates. But I also have the Stage 2 tune. Probably can't see it up in here. I have the, yeah, you cannot see that up in there. I have the IAT relocation kit. I have the velocity stacks. I have like the flapper delete in there. All the goodies from Brent Tuning, I have that on this bike. So really quick, speaking of Brent Tuning, I'm partnered with them, and if you're looking for any like accessories or flashes or anything like that for your BMW or like Ducatis, Hondas, Kawasaki, I think, you know, Yamaha, a bunch of different manufacturers and bikes, I have a discount code. It saves you 5%. It's just Motorradboy. So if you want to save some money, and if you're looking at Brent Tuning stuff, might as well save 5%. So yeah, do yourself a favor and throw that code in there and save a few dollars. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there really quick. All right, let's see how many miles we have on this thing. I believe it's around 3,600 miles. We'll take a look. Yeah, 3686 as you can see. So yeah, I picked this bike up in the spring. And mostly why I'm making this video is because there's so much talk about how unreliable the S1000s are in general, and especially this generation, and the previous as well, that was made from 20 to 2022. There's actually one back there that is my friend's, as you can see. So that generation, that is also an M package. But so there's been like a lot of like talks about how unreliable they are and this and that. So I just wanted to make a quick video talking about it and giving you guys my honest input and how my experience has been with 3,600 miles on this bike this year. So overall though, it really has been an incredible bike. Stock, I'm not a huge fan of like what they have to do with the tuning. In its stock form, the tune is pretty garbage in my opinion, but I understand why they have to do it. It's because of emissions and all that kind of stuff. But you have like really gnarly, you know, flat spots in the RPM range where like you'll be making power and then it just like plateaus or even almost feels like it loses power. But you can get rid of that with the Brent Tuning flash. And there's other ways to get rid of that as too. You know, you can dyno tune your bike with a power commander and there's other tunes out there. But I'm just saying, like personally, I have this bike Brent tuned and that's also my 2018 back there. That does have a Brent tune and some goodies on there from Brent Tuning as well. So, and I have 30,000 miles on that bike, probably about 20,000 of them with the Brent Tune accessories on there. And it's been absolutely incredible. So big shout out to them. And speaking of reliability, I'll just throw it out there really quick. This is a 2018. I bought it brand new in early 2019. It was a leftover model. And that bike has been incredibly reliable. So, you know, knock on wood, but it does need a valve adjustment now. Like I said, it has just over 30,000 miles on it. And yeah, we're gonna get a valve adjustment this winter. And I plan to start riding this thing more. And I want to get a new exhaust for it and some like other little things, but love that bike. That bike means a lot to me. And basically what kind of started all of my social media right there. So yeah, so like I said, so I wasn't a huge fan of that generation. Like I liked them, it was cool, but it just didn't do it for me all the way. So when they came out with this, with the wings, and I love the tail that they put on this new one compared to that tail over there. I absolutely love this tail section and I think it looks incredible, especially with the lights on. I have the new Rage Cycle fender eliminator kit. Dude, look at how cool that looks. Like, come on now. I think that looks incredible. I also have a discount code for that if you want. If you guys are interested in getting that fender eliminator kit, I think it's 20% off and you can use my code Motorradboy. So that'll save you a decent amount of money on that because they aren't the cheapest, but they're really great quality. I have one on here. And then I also have a V4S, if you guys don't know. There's a picture of it right there. It's at the dealer right now, getting serviced. It's usually parked right here, but I also have an NRC on there and it's been absolutely incredible. And that bike does have an NRC on it. And he's had that NRC on there for, I believe, about 4 years. And it's been good, so. I wouldn't recommend anything to you guys that's crappy quality or anything like that, or something that I would not use. So it comes from a genuine place. I'm not trying to just sell you guys stuff. I'm just letting you guys know. So, but yeah, so 3,600 miles I put on this bike this year. it has honestly been, genuinely, it's been pretty damn reliable. There's been like little hiccups. I have been struggling with some issues, and it's been really since day one, but with the clutch, because you can hear it, like, I don't know if you guys can hear this. If you can hear that, that's the micro sensor in there. And I know that's like a big problem, I believe, like when you're riding and stuff like that, like when wind's getting on this, it'll start pressing that micro sensor, and then your quick shifter can start kind of acting goofy. Usually like in the higher gears, like 4th, 5th, 6th gear, when you're, you know, traveling at a higher rate of speed. I have tightened my chain just a little bit. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. That did help a little bit because I did have a bit more slack in it, and it does feel a little bit better now, the quick shifter. I've just been like really just like trial and error, like experimenting with the setup, like adjusting it out, adjusting a little bit in. It's like a very kind of fine-tuned thing, but it's pretty solid where it's at right now. So that has been a little frustrating to me, but, and the Brembo tuning does make the quick shifter a little bit better, makes the kill times better, and it's better. But I'm just saying, like, I still deal with some issues where it can like lag a little bit. This winter, I plan to pick up some aftermarket levers and see if it remedies that. I guess we'll see. This is a big one, and it was kind of disappointing to me, but it does happen. I know it was super common on that generation. I believe it does happen on these a lot. I don't know if you can see it down here. Let me try to get my camera down in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it did have a slight leak. I noticed it, I got a little whiff of coolant the one night I was riding it, and I was riding it in like pretty heavy traffic and the bike was getting pretty warm. I checked it when I got home and I was like, what does that smell? And I was like, let me just check to be sure. And of course, it was just dripping. It was not going onto the ground. It was just, I could see a little bit of coolant seeping out of that hole, and I was like, come on. So I contacted my local dealership. I bought this one and my 18 through them. I highly recommend them, great dealership, Sills Motor Sales over here in Cleveland, Ohio. So I got in contact with them about that issue. I talked to the master mechanic, you know, as people call him, Zach over at Sills, and they already had a few that were coming in. So he's going to allocate one of those to me and replace it under warranty, which is just absolutely awesome. He said he'll let me know when it comes in. So I'm not too worried about it. I have been riding the bike. I've been keeping a close eye on it. It hasn't been dripping or anything like that. To my knowledge, and what Zach told me, is that if it starts dripping onto the ground, then you have a, you know, a serious problem. But if it's like, you know, if there's like just a little bit coming out of that hole, it should be okay. I haven't even really noticed it leaking too much more out of that hole, but I wiped the residue and all that stuff. There's just been like, I'm talking like a very, very minuscule amount, just like around the hole and stuff like that. But it's been pretty solid, honestly. So I had a little run-in with a nasty pothole on my rim, and oh, this bothers me too. Those reflectors that they put on there, damn. Yeah, it's really hard to get those off without scratching your fender. I do plan to replace this with carbon fiber, and like all the plastic pieces on this bike, I do plan to replace with carbon fiber like this. I even thought about the wings. I think the wings would be cool, but I do like these. So I don't know. Belly pan, you know, all these like little plastic pieces and stuff. So that will be replaced with carbon fiber. But yeah, I had a nasty run-in with a pothole, and it's not BMW, it's not the wheel's fault or whatever. It's just bad luck. I ran into a really nasty pothole and I dented my wheel pretty good. So that kind of sucked, but it managed to hold air and all that stuff, and it's all good now. So other than that though, like, it's really been a great bike. I really, really enjoy this bike. I love all the technology. Like, the screen is just ridiculous. I think it looks amazing. There's so much information on there. There's so many different like configurations and all the different stuff that you can do to the electronics, the suspension. I love how you can just like, you can make your own custom riding modes and all that kind of stuff. I really, really enjoy that. I love how customizable it is to you. You can really tailor the bike and make riding modes for like how you want to ride it. There are also like preset modes, like you have your rain mode, your road mode, your race mode. So you can use those as well, and they're really good. But you can, I love how you can go in there and it shows you like on a graph, everything. Like, you know, I'm gonna show you guys really quick. All right, so it's pretty easy to access. This was a very intimidating thing for me too. I remember like when I saw people using this, when I only had this S1000, I saw people using this and it was like really confusing me. I'm like, how the hell does that work? And I feel like it never would have made sense to me, but it's actually super simple to use. So yeah, you just go on your menu button right here, you go over to your settings. What's really cool too, like you can have navigation, you can have your music set up on this thing, your phone, all that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. And you can pair your headset to it. I personally use Senna product. I haven't paired my 50S to this, but I do plan to. It's really, really cool. Like, it shows you like the album artwork and everything displayed on your screen. I think it's really, really neat. But yeah, so you go into settings, you go to vehicle settings, riding mode pre-selection. Hopefully you guys can see this decently. You can see there's rain, road, dynamic, and race. I knew I was forgetting one. I couldn't think of what it was. So there's your race per one, and there's 3 different ones you can have. And you can only have so many, like in your selection at a time. You can only have 4, so you can select these as you please. And then you just go to configuration, and like this is how I have mine set up. So like it gives you this really cool graph, and then like this is how I have mine set up. So like I have my engine all the way at 1, like see? It shows you like all the different kind of stuff. I think it's really, really neat that they do that. I love like the informative, like it lets you know what it's doing. You're not just clicking numbers on a damn graph. Like on my R1, that kind of bothered me, like where I'm like, okay, like what would they recommend? Like what is the description of this power mode? And my Ducati does that too. My V4S, like it has a really in-depth chart and all that kind of stuff. Like when you're accessing the menu, very similar to this. It's a different like layout, but it's, you know, same information. And it tells you like if it's safe for the street or like what it does and blah, 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 blah. And I think it's really, really neat that they do that. So yeah, so like you can kind of go through here and just like set all this stuff. You can set your suspension. Yeah, I think it's really, really neat. So I really do love that about this bike. All the technology on this thing is just absolutely incredible. It has really cool sports screens, so you can get like different information, like there's your DTC, your braking, you know, your lean angle, the revs. That one's really neat as well. And I think this one looks super, super cool. That looks like, dude, it looks like you're on a race bike. So I think that's pretty cool. You have your lap timers and all that stuff down there. And yeah, it's a pretty neat bike. And I really, really do enjoy it. Let's get out of here. Also, what's cool on this bike too, I know a lot of people on the previous generations, like on this generation, complain about it, is that it actually like picks up from where you left off. So like when you switch off your bike and turn it back on, you don't have to like restart from that screen. It'll be at whatever screen that you left it on. So I really do like that. I think that's pretty neat. But overall, like I know I sound like I'm kind of complaining about this bike. I've really, really enjoyed it. It does feel similar to my 18. It does, but like it's different. Like they're very similar, but also very different. Like this bike is definitely more sport oriented. It's a little bit taller. This has the M seat too, so I know it sits a little bit taller and it's way stiffer. Like this is not the most comfortable seat, I'm gonna be honest, but it's for like, you know, track and like racing purposes. So I totally get that. But no, this bike is absolutely incredible. It's a lot of fun, especially once you, like I said, once you unlock it, once you get the flash or you tune it or whatever you do, very, very enjoyable bike. You know, the S1000s are not known to have like a ton of character, I would say, like as much as like a V4S or like my old R1 that I had back there. Those are just so like aggressive and just kind of like ridiculous, and they have just like this crazy like feedback. I don't feel that as much from like the S1000s. A lot of people, that is a complaint that I hear about the S1000s, that they're like too refined and like too smooth, too perfect. And I can kind of understand where people are coming from, but I do like that. Like that's why I like with these, like those are like my main 2-liter bikes. This S1000 and that V4. This is like really good for like cruising around and like whatever. It still, you know, does all the stuff that you want. But like when I'm feeling like, oh, I want to ride a ridiculous, absolutely insane machine that feels like a race bike, I ride my V4S. But like I said, I'm not crapping on this bike at all. It is super fast. It's super insane. It's a great bike. I definitely plan to take it on the track. I want to make a video comparing my V4S and my S1K, like maybe even like track lap times and stuff like that. Not that I'm some crazy advanced rider, but I'm very curious to see like how this would feel compared to my V4S. I have a pretty good idea, but I'll leave it to that video to give you guys back-to-back, like do back-to-back sessions or something like that, or maybe, you know, half a session on the V4S and half a session on this or something. I don't know, but I really do enjoy this bike. I think it looks incredible, has the insanely big winglets. As you guys can see, like it looks so mean, so aggressive. Once I get some more carbon fiber on this thing, I might change the windscreen, I don't know. I'm still debating on it. It's a really solid windscreen. That is one of my complaints with this bike. This is the stock windscreen and it's so low. I had a zero gravity one on there and I accidentally broke it because I hit it with my hand on accident. But this stock windscreen is so low, and like I'm a taller rider, I'm 6'2", so this is pretty dang solid for what it is compared to that. So I really do appreciate that they did that, but like I said, it's more sport oriented. They have the huge winglets, the aero's better, it sits taller, it's a little bit more aggressive, and like it truly just feels faster. It definitely feels like it has more mid-range and just like accessible power, almost at like, you know, at any given RPM compared to like my 18. Not crapping on my 18. Like I said, I absolutely love this bike. It's been incredible and it's so fast. It's pretty ridiculous too, especially for an 18. Like, and technically that bike's been the same since 2015. So it's very, very impressive what they've done with that generation, 15 through 19. Those bikes were just insane, and they still hold up to the 2024, 2025 bikes that are, you know, current right now. So super impressive to me. But yeah, no, I really enjoy this bike. Like I said, I really do like it. And with the M package, it comes with the beautiful Gillies rear sets. I think it's like billet aluminum. The beautiful M calipers. I believe those are the same calipers that are on the M1000. I'm not sure if the rotors are the same. They might be, but I believe these are Brembo rotors. Yeah, it's a really neat bike. Of course, I love the cruise control. the heated grips, all that stuff's really nice. I love the technology with BMWs, even like with their cars and stuff like that. I feel like they're always ahead of the curve, and it's really, really impressive to me. Yeah, there's like just so much like stuff you can do, and like I love that you have like on the fly you can adjust your traction control and all that kind of stuff. That's really, really neat to me, and it's just a beautiful bike. I know I'm not getting the greatest angles of it right now, but because I'm kind of just walking around it in my garage, but truly, like, what a beautiful motorcycle. Like the silhouette's incredible. It looks like a piece of art, honestly. I wish I put more miles on it this year. I haven't been riding this year as much as I'd like to, just busy with work and family and all that kind of good stuff. So, you know how it is being an adult. So overall, I've had a lot of fun on it. I want to learn it more. I want to track it. And there's definitely more stuff coming. Like I said, a lot of carbon fiber. Like every plastic piece on this bike, I plan to replace with carbon fiber. And some like other little goodies and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm still undecided about the windscreen. I really do appreciate like a clear windscreen nowadays. I used to always like the darker ones. This is a nice windscreen. I do like this. And it's like slightly tinted. I'm sure you guys, I don't know, hopefully you guys can see the difference. Yeah, I think you can see the difference in the camera. It's not too dark, but I don't know. I think I like the clear windscreen look. I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about that, but just like a lot of carbon fiber, the levers. I usually do the chain and sprockets, but dude, that's another thing. This comes with the M Endurance chain. I was just talking about this yesterday with my brother. This chain is incredible. Like it's really, really good. I haven't had to adjust it too much. I'm just adjusting it, trying to find like where I like it and like how it responds with the quick shifter and all that kind of stuff. But it is a beautiful, like I love gold chains. It even has like, let me see if I can find it. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think you can. It has the M logo on it, which is really cool. And you can see the M logo on the wheel. Yeah, I didn't get the carbon wheels on this bike. I really wanted to. Actually, this bike does happen to have the carbon wheels. They are absolutely beautiful. But like I said, the roads out here are just not the greatest. I don't trust it. I believe carbon wheels usually only have like I think it's like a 5-year shelf life, which is like, it's technically the same shelf life of like a helmet, but I really would not want to replace carbon wheels every 5 years. You know, you don't necessarily have to, but like when you're, you know, if you're operating one of these bikes at a high rate of speed or at a track or something like that, like you don't want to take that chance of like there being micro fractures or, you know, the carbon somehow, I don't know if it starts breaking down or like what the science is behind that. I don't know, but I don't want to take a chance of like doing something like that on a bike that's this fast and this powerful. I got the forged wheels and I have the forged wheels on my 18. They're pretty much, I think they're identical, honestly, if not really close. Like the hubs might be different or something, but these are the HP wheels because this is actually technically an HP model. Yeah, so pretty much the exact same wheels. They just relabeled them. Those have the HP logo on them and these have the M logo on them. But I have 30,000 miles on those wheels. They've been incredible. But no, I've really, really enjoyed these wheels and they're lighter and I think they look awesome. They do get really, really dirty. I clean my bike, I'm a freak. Like I clean my bikes after every single ride. So that's just me being a psychopath, but these wheels do get really dirty. So I always have to clean them, especially after every ride, like I said, but gotta give them like a nice scrub. I just cleaned them last night and they look incredible. Another thing with this bike that I didn't like, I just thought about it, is the tires. The stock tires that came on it, they were some Dunlop tires. I forget exactly what they were called. I think they were called like the Street Smart or I don't exactly remember. They were not that great. They were like, I'm pretty sure they're advertised as a sport touring tire. Not a big fan of that. That is, I don't know, like I guess they have a contract or something or whatever with BMW, but I replaced them. I only run Bridgestones, as you guys can see here. I have Bridgestones on all my bikes. I put the S23s on here and it's been absolutely incredible. These tires are phenomenal, perfect for the street. Another like great alternative from Bridgestone that I personally like to use is the RS11. So a little bit more aggressive. It's kind of more of like for like you Pirelli guys, like the Super Corsa or like a Q5 for the Dunlop guys, something like that. It's more like on that kind of caliber. It's more of like a track road tire. You can still use these on the track. Actually, I wish my V4S was here, I'd show you. I tracked my V4S in mid-Ohio and the weather was kind of crappy, so I didn't run my slicks. And I actually tracked them on a set of S23s and they were incredible. Like they held up really well. I started carving out the right side of the tire because the bike just has so much power and all that stuff. That's just what tires do. And I was running a pretty solid pace, especially from like my first track day there, which I was really impressed with. But no, they were great. They were really, really great with all the mixed conditions and stuff like that. So huge shout out to Bridgestone. I always recommend their tires to everybody. I've had them for years and years. Like I've had so many different sets of Bridgestones. Like that was the first tire I got after the stock tires on these. I think those had the Metzler race, I think they're called like Race Techs or something, which are good tires. I melted them like super fast. But then I went to like the S21, then I went to the S22. Now I have the RS11s on there and I'll probably put S23s on there. yeah, so I kind of just like threw this video together and just kind of filmed it just like on a whim, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video really quick. So like I said, I've had comments and like, you know, DMs and stuff like that about the bike. So I know like a lot of people have had great experiences, and there's been some people that I even know personally that have not had the greatest experience with their S1000. That's just kind of what it is. I mean, you know, some problems are worse than others with certain bikes and stuff like that, but that's just kind of like what it is. There's a bad, you know, there's gonna be a bad apple in every bunch. So some people just sometimes get unlucky or whatever, but no manufacturer makes, you know, they don't make a bike where there's like every single one's perfect. So yeah, I'm just giving you my personal experience, being very honest and open. I guess it kind of sounds like I'm being like negative about the bike. I was kind of picking out all the things that I don't like about it. I'm just being honest with you guys, but I really do enjoy this bike. Like, do not get me wrong at all. I love this bike. I have 2 S1000s for a reason. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to say, yeah, I really enjoy the bike. I wish I made more like onboard video and stuff like that this year. It just kind of sucks. Like, there's like nothing really going on in Cleveland and like, and just in like the Northeast Ohio region, really. Like nothing that's like that exhilarating compared to like some of the other guys like I know and like watch, like some of the guys down in like Texas or like Atlanta and other places like that. Like there's just so much going on. There's all these crazy events, and I'm like, oh, I'm just up here in Cleveland, like suffering. I don't know. I definitely need to like figure out and like kind of branch out more and like, you know, find like just more like stuff I can record while I'm riding and stuff like that. So I definitely have a lot more videos coming, guys. Hopefully this video turns out well. Like I said, I just kind of made this like super last second. I'm probably about to do like a TikTok live, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna bring my camera outside really quick, and I've just been yapping to this camera for about 20 minutes. So hopefully this isn't like too boring or whatever, but I haven't made a video in a while, and I definitely want to get back into that wave, and like, you know, the season's coming to an end here shortly. Definitely this winter, I'm gonna be posting like a lot more YouTube content. I have a lot of stuff that I want to catch up on throughout this season. And then a lot of stuff, like a lot of video ideas that I had throughout the season that like I just want to execute and, you know, get taken care of for you know, this winter and put them out for you guys. And I want to like go into next year on like a really strong like push with YouTube and like be caught up. And I have all these videos that I like, you know, that I've pushed out and all that stuff over the winter, and like growing and getting back out there with you guys, like with the content. I don't know. This year's been kind of like weird with YouTube, and I don't know. It's just been like a, I don't know. So like I said, a lot more videos coming. I have a bunch of stuff like from the season that I'm gonna post. My computer's sitting over there right now with a bunch of videos just sitting on it. Hopefully it's a fast winter. The riding season's definitely coming to an end here fast. Like it's already, the temperatures have already started plummeting, and it's been rainy a lot. Like it's been raining for almost like a week straight. Actually over a week straight. With the hurricane and all that stuff recently, like it's just been like a mess with the weather. So it's been hard to get out and like ride and stuff like that, but more content coming soon. If you guys don't already, I'd appreciate if you guys follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I've been posting, I just made a Twitter or X account. Just want to start like on another platform and grow an audience there as well, you know, trying to get myself out there and grow like my brand and myself. So yeah, check me out on all those platforms. I'd really appreciate it. You know, drop a follow. You know, I try to respond to all the people that like that DM me and that drop comments and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate all of that. And even the comments on here, I've been slacking on a little bit, but you know, let me know what you guys want to see. Like genuinely, be honest. Like, what do you want to see from me? I'm open to all ideas, and I just want to hear what you guys think. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate that. That does help me a lot. So yeah, peace. I swear this is like a normal thing at this point. Like at the end of filming of every video where I think I'm done, I have so much that I like want to say still. But 2 things. I wanted to say that, yeah, this video is kind of probably all over the place. I have to watch the footage. Like I said, I'm just kind of like, did I just say nothing for about 20 minutes? Yeah, so I kind of just did this on the whim. I usually have like notes and stuff like that. I try to get like prepared and like get my thoughts all organized, because I just start rambling and just like yapping. So I don't even know if I'm gonna put this in the video, but I might. But yeah, so it's kind of unorganized. I kind of just did it like last second, no notes, like no nothing. I just literally walked out to my garage and was like, let's just start yapping about the S1000. So that's kind of where that was. But second, I wanted to say that if you guys have like any questions or anything like that about the S1000, or even just like motorcycle stuff in general, just drop it down in this video, and I'll be happy to answer back to you, and we can talk about like whatever it is. So all right, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I don't know. See ya.